A few years back, a patch window ended at 2 in the morning and the dashboard was green. By 8, help desk had a pile of tickets, slow logons, failed services, and one finance app that only worked on half the floor. The first response was clicking through consoles, one machine at a time, comparing screens for memory. 2 admins burned most of the morning and still had no clean list. This PowerShell tutorial starts there because that pain is real. The failure was not effort. The failure was using one machine tools for a fleet question. The graphical interface is not evil. I use it every day for discovery, weird one-offs, and confirming what a setting actually means. But clicking scales to one machine, maybe 5, if you are patient and caffeinated. It does not scale to 10,000 endpoints, 200 servers, or a compliance request due at noon. Manual work also hides mistakes. You clicked 3 tabs deep, changed a filter, copied a value into a spreadsheet, and now nobody can reproduce it. At fleet scale, you need repeatable input, repeatable output, and evidence you can save. That is where PowerShell becomes less of a programming language and more of an admin control surface. Here is the core idea for this series. PowerShell commands return objects, not just text. An object has properties, like a service name, status, start type, machine name, or last boot time. Once you have objects, you can filter them, sort them, group them, export them, and later make carefully controlled changes. Modern Microsoft administration keeps pushing in this direction. Active Directory, Intune, Exchange, Azure, event logs, certificates, firewall rules, and scheduled tasks all expose serious management through PowerShell modules or the APIs those modules wrap. One console can ask questions across your directory, cloud, mail system, and Windows fleet. Our default shell in this course is PowerShell 7, launched as PWSH. On a current admin workstation, install it with winget install hashmash id microsoft.powershell. It installs side by side. It does not remove Windows PowerShell 5.1. Start with PWSH hashmash no logo. Then learn by discovery, not guessing. Get command hashmash noun service shows commands around services. Get help get service hashmash online opens the maintain help page. Get-CimInstance Win32 operating system asks Windows management instrumentation through the newer Common Information Model commandlet for operating system facts. Those 3 habits matter. Find the command, read the help, run a read-only query before you touch anything. Picture a real morning after question. Which workstations rebooted after patching? Which ones have low disk? And which ones logged system errors overnight? The naive path is remote desktop, server manager, event viewer, repeat until lunch. The PowerShell path starts with a target list. $PCs equals get content.computers.txt. Then invoke command, computer name $PCs, script block, runs the same read-only checks on each reachable machine. Inside the script block, Get-CimInstance Win32 operating system gives boot time. Get-CimInstance Win32 logical disk gives free space. And Get-WinEvent FilterHashtable queries only the events you asked for. The result is a table you can sort, export, and hand to the team. Now the honest parts. Windows PowerShell 5.1 still ships inbox on Windows, and you start it with PowerShell.exe. PowerShell 7 is newer, faster in many areas, and the default for this series, but it is not installed everywhere unless you deploy it. Some older Windows modules, especially around group policy objects and legacy server roles, may still behave better in 5.1. The Active Directory module often works from PowerShell 7 on Windows through compatibility, but test it. Remoting is another boundary. Invoke command requires permissions, network reachability, and Windows remote management policy. PowerShell does not magically bypass your environment. Good. It should obey your security controls. This foundation connects everything coming next. When we cover the pipeline, you will learn to pass objects from one command to another without losing structure. In Active Directory, or AD, users and groups are objects. In organizational units, permissions, and group policy objects, the same pattern shows up again. Exchange Online Administration is heavily PowerShell-driven. Azure and Microsoft Graph use modules and API-backed objects. Event log auditing is just filtering the right records at the right scale. Hardening is proving current state before and after change. Today is not about memorizing commands. It is about seeing the map. Your safe 10-minute exercise is the machine health snapshot in the description. Run it on your own workstation, a lab virtual machine, or a test server you are allowed to inspect. It uses read-only commands. Get-CimInstance for operating system and disk FAPs. Get-Service for automatic services that are not running, and Get-WinEvent for system errors in the last 24 hours. It returns one custom object with computer name, uptime, free space, stopped automatic service count, and recent error count. If you want to save it, add a pipe to out file dochealth.txt. Do not start by changing production. Start by measuring it cleanly. Recap in 3 beats. First, clicking is fine for one machine, but it collapses when the question is fleet-wide. Second, PowerShell gives you repeatable objects you can filter, report, save, and eventually use for controlled changes. Third, we will use PowerShell 7 by default, while respecting that Windows PowerShell 5.1 still matters for inbox availability and older modules. Your deliverable today is simple. Run the one-command health snapshot and read the object it returns. Tomorrow, we start building the mental model that makes PowerShell different from old command shells, the object pipeline. New PowerShell episode daily on this channel.